Hi, I'm Bryant, a coordinator with the National Student Bill of Rights movement. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the rights, in particular, being right number 8. But let me brief you real quick for those who don't know what the National Student Bill of Rights is. Excuse me. The National Student Bill of Rights is a list of rights that young people from Providence, Chicago, Boston, Baltimore, LA, Oakland, Houston have collaborated in the last few years to decide to come up with this list of rights that young people should maintain and execute pertaining to education. Um, and the right that I want to talk about today is right number 8, which if you don't have a list of rights, you can email us at nsbrmovement@gmail.com. We can get you a list so you can look over it. We're accepting critique and revisement at all times. But right number 8 is students and youth shall have the right to healthy, high quality food regardless of wealth, poverty, or place of residence. Now, regardless of wealth, race, or place of residence, we're required to go to a public school institution unless we can afford to go to another institution. So we're required to be in this facility, this building, this institution for 7+ hours. Yet students aren't being adequately fed high quality food. They're being fed frozen food from states away, and then it's being shipped and it's being heated up. There's a really good example of that in Baltimore, where I'm from, which is there's a school called Heritage High School. They have a functional kitchen within the high school, and yet they only use the heaters to heat up frozen pizza and frozen vegetables. Now, that's not the worst part of this situation. The worst part of this situation is there is there are farms in the form of hoop housing, hoop greenhouses outside of the school, on the school campus. And yet none of the vegetation from the hoop houses are being used in the kitchen. Now, students have outwardly at that school have outwardly expressed their disgust for the quality of the food and the quantity of the food. And yet nothing has changed. The Baltimore City public school system has changed nothing. There's been lunch boycotts, strikes, and those sort of things. Now, what is it? What do we mean healthy and high quality? Well, we mean if you have a functional kitchen in your school, we mean there should be a certified chef in the school cooking. We mean organic vegetation should be used. We mean there should be an actual a menu of choices, and young people should have access to salad and vegetarian diets if they don't eat meat, or if that's their choice. That's what we mean by high quality. We don't want frozen food shipped from other places. Now, let me give you examples of other frozen food. Hot pockets, pot pies, fish fillets. Now, if you read the ingredients to those examples that I just gave you, you know that there's a list of ingredients within those things that you can't pronounce, or neither do you probably know what they actually are. And if you do your research, you'll realize that those things are hazardous to the human condition. Um, and so I don't want to rant too much, but the premise of right number 8 being high quality lunch is that we all know from studies, even through studies through the USDA, that young people have a difficult time learning when they're hungry. According to the USDA, 42% of young people at the poverty level or below the poverty level come into the school system at lower academic levels than students who are food secure, according to the USDA. And food security is, having an adequate amount of food source within the household. Um, but so there's a very good reason for why right number 8 exists in the list. There's a need for high quality, quantity food within the public school system, where young people are required by law to be there, And it's unfair to send them into an institution forcibly, basically, without holding your end of the bargain. So school systems across the country and superintendents and heads of the nutrition departments, if you see this video, you need to rethink your food program. There's a need for high quality and quantity lunches for the sake of students and their academic growth. Quality education as a constitutional right, National Student Bill of Rights movement. Check us out on Twitter at NSBR Movement. Good day.